With NASA's Perseverance rover touching ground on the Red Neighbor just 2 months ago, it has been evident that the advent for human travel to Mars is just on the horizon. With spaceflight reaching new lengths and affecting more people than ever, it has become imperative that technology sustains comfortable and safe space travel for all. Hi, I'm Sharon Madaka.
My name is Piyush Rath.
My name is Siddharth Madhukar.
My name is Pratish Patra.
And my name is Kush Gupta.
And we are Aerometrics, a new and innovative company looking to alter aerospace travel forever. We're a group founded on a connection between our members and the aerospace community, working towards finding solutions for the problems relevant to the industry and making space travel safer, more comfortable, and more efficient than ever before.
In every spaceflight mission, problems are inevitable for the astronauts, from both a mental and physical standpoint. Their bodies are subject to extreme conditions and intense environments, and the regulatory procedures put in place to combat the health issues that arise are sometimes inefficient and time-consuming. One of the main physiological issues that we at Aerometrics identified within the aerospace and aviation industry was the issue of orthostatic hypotension, an unnatural decrease in blood pressure that comes as a result of zero gravity. Astronauts experience this phenomenon after returning to Earth, and as a result of it, they can experience numerous harmful side effects, such as heart disease, organ failure, and even strokes. These issues are harmful to the aerospace industry and the brave people who put their lives on the line for the sake of scientific innovation in space. Because of this, it was essential that we work to develop a solution. To combat the issues presented by the lack of gravity, the Aerometric suit is designed to compress the body, increasing the usage of lower body blood vessels and reducing the potential for hypotension. In order to create this compression, the suit utilizes rotating motors that are secured parallel to the fabric of the suit. These motors are attached using chain straps, increasing the lifespan of the suit and allowing for easy repairability in the case of fabric tears or other malfunctions. To reduce the suit weight, the motors are only 2 centimeters in diameter and are grouped in small and large motor packs. Large motor packs will be located in places of high blood vessel concentration, such as the upper thighs, while small motor packs will be located at the extremities, such as the upper arms. Finally, in combination with the suit and motors, we've implemented LMT70 microsensors throughout the design in order to allow for efficient blood pressure measurement. These sensors are extremely small, measuring less than a millimeter in all directions, and can be used in temperatures ranging from negative 55 degrees Celsius to 150 degrees Celsius. By using these sensors, we're able to pinpoint locations of blood pressure abnormalities and efficiently focus the compression of our suit to combat orthostatic hypotension as effectively as possible.
To combat orthostatic hypotension efficiently, our company uses a unique detection system called Korotkov waves. By taking advantage of the simple principle that sound travels at different speeds to different mediums, we were able to exploit the changes in blood flow velocity that occur when astronauts are subject to orthostatic hypotension. By firing Korotkov waves through a Doppler gate, our suit highlights areas of abnormally high or low blood flow velocity and sends it to our sensors and motors, allowing for precise accuracy unique to our product alone. In combination with the use of Korotkov waves, our product uses the simple scientific technique of pulse echo Doppler imaging to create the precise models that our sensors use to target areas with high blood pressure. Once the waves fire throughout the body, our sensors map areas with high blood pressure using Poiseuille's equation, lighting them up with the specific color in our MATLAB software. Once this has been achieved, our motors receive this information and apply pressure in targeted areas to effectively reduce hypotension in space, combining 2 inventive techniques to create an extremely high success rate. Overall, our unique implementation of scientific principles like Korotkov waves and Poiseuille's equation allow us to create a precise and innovative approach into solving cardiovascular issues in the aviation and aerospace world. By using a fully connected suit fit with motors and sensors, as well as a unique measurement approach, Aerometrics drives forward in both the smart clothing and aerospace industries.
To ensure our product gets through to its primary consumers, the healthcare, fitness, and military sectors, our company takes into consideration the competitive environment of the smart clothing industry, utilizing a solid market entry strategy with a time frame around 4 years to fully integrate ourselves. The first step focuses on using the NIH R03 grant and the FAA grant to fund our expenditure and begin product development, giving us around $400,000 to produce close to 100 units of our product and fund the applications for patents and registrations through the FDA. Once produced, we will move on to the second step of our integration process, where we will use the Startup NASA program to gain exposure in the smart clothing industry and make our way into selling the units. Once established by program, we will use our credibility to advertise our product through government contracts, leading to real-life use as well as product demonstrations, and allowing us to move into the retail and licensing areas. This ensures we honor the guidelines of Startup NASA. Along with this foundational market strategy, our company takes into consideration the specific market segments of the smart clothing industry: product type, function, end user, and distribution channels. We plan to specialize in the suit product type, the biosensor function, the healthcare, military, and fitness end user, and a primary focus on online distribution channels. This allows us to develop our credibility in the industry before we integrate offline marketing. Overall, our solid market entry and focus on specific segmentation allows us to effectively integrate ourselves into the smart clothing market.
To most effectively expand our company and establish a foothold in the global market, we have chosen to utilize an enterprise business model. With this model, we can effectively target big businesses and government agencies that deal with large funds and budgets. As we will be mostly targeting agencies such as NASA and other aerospace and aviation industry giants, it makes the most sense for us to leverage this model type. To effectively use the enterprise business model, our company will allocate a large amount of its budget to marketing and sales in order to effectively establish a strong standing with those agencies. With the scope of our target audience, it makes the most sense to utilize a business model that is specifically created to target a few clients with a large budget rather than many clients with limited budgets. Furthermore, because of how niche the Aerometric suit is, it would be illogical to advertise a product to the general public, as we should instead focus on marketing our adaptive G suit to the target sectors listed earlier, after we implemented our initial market entry strategy.
As we have seen the growing possibility for travel to Mars and the recent emergence of commercial spaceflight, we at Aerometrics quickly realized the potential for our product, the Aerometrics G suit. Our passion for aerospace ignited at an early age, with our connection to engineers and directors at Bell Flight and the ISRO, and advancements in space travel in the last decade have only expanded our flame further. Our product, the Aerometric G suit, represents this passion and vision for the future of space travel.
We hope that you share this vision with us.
A vision of innovation and progress.
A vision of safety and comfortability.
A vision that will take us one step closer to landing on our red neighbor.
It sounded like science fiction when, in 1978, NASA scientist Donald Kistler suggested that one day, the space above our planet may become so crowded from space debris so that virtually all space activities will be made impossible for generations to come. Yet now, just 40 years after, this catastrophic scenario is becoming more and more likely. Within the low Earth orbit where most satellites lie, there are already nearly 200 million pieces of space debris. And with the growth of the space industry, the number is only going to increase at a faster rate. These debris have impact velocity reaching 7 times faster than that of a bullet, so that even the millimeter-sized debris can have fatal impacts upon the spacecraft. But the real danger is that there are more than 500,000 pieces of space debris larger than a centimeter, and millions more below the order of a centimeter that are beyond the scope of precise human detection, manifesting as hidden threats lurking in the space. In searching for solutions to tackle this urgent issue, we, by combining the space debris detection technology with the concept of CubeSats, have created CryptCase to solve this space debris crisis.
CryptCase is an innovative structural framework, a case designed for CubeSats, which allow for an active detection of millimeter-sized space hardly captured by current technologies. And it does so by fusing various fields of technology ranging from radars to altitude control mechanisms in a novel way. The heart of CryptCase is a military frequency modulated continuous wave radar, which utilizes radio waves to detect the locations of space debris. By emitting radio waves and comparing their frequency with the reflected waves, the radar can pinpoint the 3D coordinates of the debris. Operating at X-band with a bandwidth of 2 GHz, the radar can provide excellent ranging resolution up to a range of 500 kilometers while only using 5 watts of electrical power. This low power consumption combined with its low mass compared to traditional radars means high performance at low cost. Such detecting functions of CryptCase are complemented by the compact magnet torquers and solar cells we have integrated onto its design to achieve maneuverability. The magnet torquers, which interact with the Earth's magnetic field to produce a torque for turning a CubeSat, allows the altitude of the satellite to be precisely controlled. By integrating one compact unit of the magnet torque into each of the 3 adjacent walls, CubeSat using CryptCase will be able to turn in all orientations, This not only provides more stability for the CubeSat, but also allows CryptCase to detect debris in all directions. The solar cells, meanwhile, enable the CubeSat to maneuver in space by using the sun's solar radiation.
The true beauty of CryptCase lies in its ability to carry out the mission of debris detection with great flexibility. It occupies less than 15% of the maximum load of a CubeSat, leaving plentiful spaces for customizations. Its simplistic structure allows customers to be able to handle with its ease, while its robust magnesium alloy framework provides a firm protection for any CubeSats. Altogether, CryptCase manifests as a highly viable and accessible solution to the issue of space debris. We are also truly confident about the feasibility of our product, as we have developed a working prototype with a scaled-down radar to evaluate our solution. Aside from the technical practicalities, CryptCase also has great prospects in the businesses. Our main target market are space agencies, including large public ones such as NASA and ESA, as well as private companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic. And we are confident that there are robust demands for our product in this market. In the recent days, the CEO of startup Rocket Lab mentioned that their company are struggling to find clear paths to launch satellites due to the existence of undetected space debris. This shows that the need for debris detection is on the rise in the industry. However, the current technologies are failing to meet these needs, and this is where the value of CryptCase lies. At the current stage, the most widespread solution to debris detection is ground-based radars, such as the T-Rock or Fraunhofer FHR. These technologies, while effective in detecting centimeter-sized debris, are unable to detect millimeter-sized debris, which is targeted by CryptCase. While space-based passive detective systems like the ones used by the US surveillance system exist, these are not viable, particularly for private businesses, due to their high cost and long period of time needed for construction. Therefore, CryptCase is in fact targeting a rather uncontested market, a blue ocean. And this will allow our pricing to be relatively monopolistic and therefore profitable in nature.
CryptCase also will allure the target market as it will be able to reduce the cost of the agencies. The OECD estimates that the current cost for surveillance of space debris before launch is about 10% of its total mission cost, which is significant considering launching a satellite may cost up to $400 million. CryptCase, on the contrary, only costs 32% of an average CubeSat, which is often no more than $15,000. Considering that CryptCase also allows the CubeSat to be used for other research purposes, it is definitely an attraction for other agencies. With the number of commercial companies entering the space industry on the rise, Morgan Stanley estimates that the market will grow by 200% by 2040. The value of our product will only continue to increase by then. Meanwhile, CryptCase as an easy-to-build product will be constructed by multiple off-the-shelf components. By referencing the price for these different components, we estimated our variable cost to be around $11,000. Besides our first-year market penetration price at around $16,000, to capture a higher market share, our selling price starting from the second year will be at $21,750. As marketing strategies, we plan to achieve partnership with the NASA Ames Research Center. The STTR of the center is designed for small startups like Cryptex, and similar startups such as Parabilis Space Research Center have achieved success in partnering with the center in the past. We will make the use of R&D opportunities provided by the agencies such as NASA International Space App Challenges. While we will also utilize search engine optimization to increase exposure as we expand our targeted market into secondary audiences like universities.
The better detection of space debris will provide a brighter prospect for the entire space industry, as we firmly believe that an accurate detection is necessary for any further measures. In CryptEx, we envision an era encouraging innovation and exploration, and we aim to provide space aviation a safer route.
Hey Gab, how was the trip?
It was good, but I still felt uncomfortable on my flight. I mean, it was just as unsanitized as normal. All they gave us was a single disposable wipe.
Yuck. There has to be some type of solution. There's cleaning protocols in place, but it's clear that things are missing from them. Oh, did you hear about that one company? I think they call themselves Air Clean Company. They made this robot called the Valkyrie. It seems perfect for that problem.
Hi, my name is Ella.
I'm Natalie.
I'm Gabby.
And I'm Kirsten. We are Air Clean Company, and our product is the Valkyrie. Air Clean Company, or ECC, is dedicated to protecting airline passengers and crew by cleaning airplanes one flight at a time. Air Clean Company is named after the Norse goddess of health and well-being. We believe in the safety of airline passengers, pandemic or not, and hope to achieve customer satisfaction within the aviation industry. Air travel has never had the best reputation when it comes to the health and safety of their crew, pilots, and passengers, but our Valkyrie device is plotted to reform the industry. The Valkyrie is an autonomous robot created to change the outlook of aviation using UVC lighting and disinfectant mist to properly sanitize aircraft. ECC's technology and business development is crucial in our goal to make customers safer and healthier on their trips around the world. Ella, will you explain the technology Air Clean Company plans to integrate and our specialized features?
Sure, no problem. The Valkyrie is a fully autonomous device, meaning no human operation necessary, that is meant to fully sanitize and kill germs in aircraft at the touch of a button. Unlike our competitors, such as Germ Falcon, the Valkyrie is able to provide the full cleaning experience that an aircraft cabin lacks a day, completely autonomously and much more thoroughly. Our system features a vacuum, expandable wings with xenon pulse lamps, and chemical cleaning spray to safely and effectively sanitize aircraft. The lack of a need for the redesign of planes means that the Valkyrie can easily be retrofitted into older commercial aircraft models. Shown here in our cab model, the Valkyrie is significantly smaller and more compact than our main competitor, the Germ Falcon. The Valkyrie base is 20 by 20 inches and 30 inches tall when all pieces are folded in. Our product's ability for the wings to slide into each other, then fold and retract into the base allows the Valkyrie to have a more streamlined design that fits and can stay on an airplane, unlike other cleaning systems.
Here on the wings, the UVC light is housed, which will span the length of a row of seats. Also attached to the wings is the spray nozzles, which will deposit our disinfectant onto the seats and other aircraft surfaces. The robot base, located here, houses the disinfectant canisters, the battery, the vacuum, and other electronic pieces. Sensors are also attached for locating obstructions in the path and ensuring that the Valkyrie is running in the correct position. There is one color sensor facing up to align with tape on the aircraft ceiling, and one in front to assist the touch sensor in finding objects further ahead. The touch sensor allows the device to avoid or pick up obstructions. The Valkyrie prototype has already been tested and the autonomous design seems feasible. The LEGO prototype that ECC constructed in their early phases allows us to demonstrate and see how our design will ultimately be carried out.
The Valkyrie is a highly sophisticated way of cleaning aircraft that is bound to be the future of both passenger safety and well-being. We cannot wait to test it out in the market. Speaking of the market, Gabby, would you care to explain how you plan to take Air Clean Company into the aviation industry?
Wow, that sure is a lot of technology, but here at ECC we know that it's all for the rebirth of the aviation economy. While the sanitization issues found in many commercial aircraft have been around for decades, COVID-19 pandemic has brought public attention of the cleanliness of shared spaces into the public's mind. Although there are some airline-specific solutions, there is yet to be an industry-wide rollout beyond those operated by the passengers, such as the aforementioned single-use sanitization wipes. Here in our budget, we have identified the approximate cost that it will take to launch ECC during the next couple of years. With the aid of prospective private investors, grants such as the Levinson MIT Research Grant, or other financial aid programs, ECC believes that during the next 6-quarter period displayed on our cost analysis sheet, we will have acquired enough funding to create a prototype and be well on our way to producing a profit. After the development of a fully operational prototype, we will reevaluate our financials based on more realistic metrics and investigate possible business partnerships that would be needed to break into the market. The current barrier to entry is the largest obstacle within the market for us, because although we outperform our competition with cost, size, and function, more business connections are going to be needed before we approach companies such as airlines.
Experienced pilot Bob Moser and the recently retired captain Hal Myers were given an interesting point.
First of all, our job as the pilots on the airplane are always the number one job is always the health and safety of our passengers and our crew.
They also add the following.
If you can show that your product produces a measurable difference and a measurable advantage, I think it's definitely something that they'll listen to.
How many times have we heard, Hal, we're a data-driven airline?
This valuable insight will definitely assist us in understanding the market and advertising our product.
Natalie, care to wrap up?
All right, Airclean Company strives for impacts on the people. We believe that there is a chance to make air travel safer and healthier for the future, making sure passengers stay healthy for their vacations and crews stay healthy serving their communities. Airclean Company is not just about planes. The technology found in the Valkyrie is easily modifiable and reprogrammable to be fitted towards other commercial transportation spaces. Through this, Airclean Company is confident about what we can bring to the table, creating an opportunity for growth later down the line and providing adaptability for the future. We understand the concerns about the comfort of airline passengers, but with the Valkyrie, travelers and airplane crews can rest assured that their transit will be as safe as possible. The Valkyrie will bring change in the growing and adapting market, terminating germs and effectively making a difference in the world that needs it.
Wow, I wish that had been around for my flight. It definitely would have made me feel a whole lot safer about traveling again.
I completely agree. Airclean Company is improving the quality of passenger safety, which is crucial to the survival of the commercial airline industry. It almost makes me excited to fly again.
I'm Akshat Surve, the CEO of Outpulse.
I am Anuj Bora, the COO and CDO of Outpulse.
I am Karthik Lag and I am the CTO of Outpulse.
We three are interested in the big unknown, and one day we stumbled upon an idea which could make living on Mars easier in addition to saving a lot of resources. That groundbreaking idea was RegoFuel.
Our blood is filled with the spirit of exploration. We have always been crossing our old limits to find new frontiers and expand our scope of imagination. The next big stride for the human race is going to be going and settling on Mars.
What RegoFuel does is that it takes in two raw materials, Martian soil aka regolith and carbon dioxide from the Martian atmosphere, and it converts them into more usable forms which the Martian civilization can utilize.
There are some huge problems in colonizing Mars, like production of electricity and life-supporting oxygen. Many companies and organizations have proposed solutions, but what we propose is a machine which deals with 5 such important problems together. A machine runs on a no-waste philosophy, which means that whatever comes out of the machine which cannot be directly used will be converted into something useful. RegoFuel consists of 6 main components: a soil processing unit, a carbon capturing unit, an electrolyzer, a Sabatier reactor, and a cogenerator.
The soil processor takes in Martian soil and filters out water and sulfur. The residue material is then sent to another processing unit which adds water and sulfur to it. This results in the formation of a material which can be used to 3D print habitation and research facilities on Mars. The carbon dioxide capturing unit takes in Martian air and filters out pure carbon dioxide which will be used in the Sabatier reactor.
No limit on how much hydrogen we can produce, because the supply of hydrogen depends on the concentration of water in the soil. This means using our electrolyzer, we can produce surplus hydrogen and oxygen which can be used as fuel and life support respectively. The hydrogen produced may then be sent to the Sabatier reactor where it reacts with carbon dioxide to form methane. This methane will then be sent to the cogenerator. The cogenerator, using methane as its fuel, will produce electricity. This electricity may be stored for further use or may be sent to habitation centers. Compressed methane can then be sent to the cogenerator, where, using methane as fuel, it will produce electricity. This electricity can then be supplied to habitation centers and research facilities for their use.
The differentiating factor of our machine from other ideas tackling the same problem is that our machine does a lot more in the same amount of resources. The secret behind this is our no-waste philosophy mentioned earlier. For example, if Mars is a cattle farm and cows are the only resources provided, then what all others are doing is only milking them, while our machine is not only milking, but also turning the cow dung as a biofuel and turning it into electricity, and also converting the waste produced in this process into compost for the crops.
Through RegoFuel, we are attempting to tap into the niche market of Martian colonization. This market is based in the near future and is driven by various factors like innovation, efficiency, effectiveness, and all-in-oneness of the product. According to us, the secret to succeed in this market, as mentioned earlier, is constant innovation, efficiency, and cost-effectiveness of the product. We plan on selling the product directly to companies and government agencies who will be setting up colonies on Mars. We estimate an initial $2 million to start up and an additional $4 million which will be required for the rigorous research and development, prototyping, and numerous tests that will have to be conducted before we can sell the product commercially. The machine will be sold at a 15 to 19% profit margin. A modified version of this machine is also under development for use on Earth.
The impact of RegoFuel on Martian colonization will be astronomical. The scalability of this machine provides for a number of ways in which it can be used. A small-sized machine can be used for a building, or a large-sized machine can be used for a whole colony. It does not solve one but 5 major problems faced on the red planet. RegoFuel will not only aid but sustain Martian civilization.
Hello, this is Shelps, and this is a presentation on the Space Habitat Airlift Prevention System. This is our team. We're dedicated to making habitats safer and more efficient, and this is founded by two brothers. I am the CEO of Shelps, Vishen Kulon. I'm also the CTO and the co-founder, and I have won numerous science and business competitions.
And I am Semyon Kulon, the CFO and COO of Shelps. So there's a current problem aboard space habitats, and this is air leaks. They're usually found in the common berthing mechanisms, and they get more and more dangerous and harmful the longer they aren't located, because the leak gets bigger and it can pose eventually a safety threat to the astronauts on board. These air leaks are difficult to find because there's currently no system in place to find them. In order to locate these air leaks, the astronauts are required to temporarily suspend all activity from a module, which obviously takes away from time they could be doing conducting experiments or launching satellites or other important things, and that time gets converted into time spent locating air leaks.
So our solution to fix this problem is an interconnected array of modified pressure sensors along the inside of the common berthing mechanism or connection points found throughout the spacecraft. These sensors are composed of 4 major parts: the modular gauge mount, the board-mounted analog barometric air pressure sensor, which will sense pressure, the miniature printed circuit board with a microprocessor chip, and wireless Wi-Fi microchip module so they can communicate with each other seamlessly. So when an air leak does happen, the sensor will notice a drop in pressure next to an area with a leak. And since they're linked by our LPS Connect software, they will instantly find, are designed to instantly find the leak and localize it. So the benefits are that it localizes leaks quickly and ensures the safety of astronauts, and it allows them to focus on different tasks than locating leaks, which is really, tasks that astronauts really shouldn't be doing. They should be doing more useful things. And further research and development and testing will be done to ensure proper performance on our system because that's very important. Now, what separates Shelps' system from current methods is that the current ways of locating leaks aboard space habitats are unreliable and can take up to a year to find. For instance, recently on the ISS took a year to find exactly. Now, the current methods include closing off different modules, scanning arrays using ultrasonic detectors, and even see which way leaks flow. And rather than finding the leaks by chance, Shelps proposes a new system to find leaks quickly and reliably. Additionally, there is a system currently in place aboard the ISS trying to do this with environmental monitoring with pressure sensors, but they're not very accurate, and they can only detect major leaks in the air in the space station, and not minor leaks that can be harder to detect. So that's why our system's better.
So the market we're going to be reaching out to for our early prevention system will be both commercial and government space companies. So we'll reach out to them and have a contract with them to implement our system onto their spacecrafts. And the space industry is projected to grow to 1.4 trillion by 2030. So the need and profitability for a SHOP system is also projected to grow. And 74% of the space industry is commercial space companies. So we're largely going to be targeting those.
Now, a very important part of this to consider is that, the space industry is projected to grow up to 1.4 trillion by 2030. But what part of this industry is relevant to us? Actually, a very large part of it, because most of the growth that's expected to happen is in commercial space companies. And commercial space companies is the ones that we're going to be targeting, because they'll have probably the most amount of space habitats in space. So they'll have, the best available market for shouts to make profit.
So in our business model, our revenue sources would be us installing the system aboard the space habitats, and also the maintenance of the sensors and the software. So if there's an error or something, we would need someone from shops to come and fix it. And also we're going to have contracts with companies that we work with, in order to ensure and apply our system onto their spacecrafts. And so our customer base will be space companies, both government and commercial, because both of those will benefit from our system.
Now, like we said before, the product or value propositions is essentially the interconnected and seamless array of sensors throughout the spacecraft, and they're all interconnected by an LPS Connect software. That's what we mean. Their software, they can instantly or very instantly connect and seamlessly synchronize our air leaks, so that we can find leaks much more accurately, much more reliably. Now, so what we're doing here essentially is we're proposing a new system to locate air leaks to protect astronauts and save time and resources. This is something that's much better than what's currently in place. This is what we want to we want to basically catapult the safety of the space industry into the future. And we're targeting both mostly commercial, but also government space companies to incorporate the air leak prevention system onto their spacecraft. So we're trying to get as big of a market as possible here, because the space industry is relatively new, and we want to get into the space race as early as we can for the future.
And we are projected to be profit positive by 2025, estimated based on the current growth and the projected growth of the space industry. And we're currently gathering funds through venture capital, investment, and community support in order to start that company. That is it, and thank you for watching.
Three, 2, 1. What does it take to guarantee the safety of our esteemed astronauts? To make sure that they're safe from the threat of disaster, to make sure that their equipment is reliable and their living space comfortable, to make sure that they're protected from the hostile conditions of outer space. Let's switch gears for a minute. Here's some food for thought, literally. When was the last time you ate a banana? Ever wonder what the environmental impacts of banana production really are? Well, you might be surprised to hear that the banana production industry, in fact, generates 2 times more waste than actual products. Much of this waste is often disposed of through polluting removal practices like landfill burnings.
Wait, hold up. What do bananas have to do with all that astronaut stuff?
Good question. Well, at Skylabs, we've put these 2 problems together to bring you one versatile product.
Hi, my name is Prachidi Shakarkane, and I am the Chief Executive Officer of Skylabs.
I'm Noel Puvi, Chief Sales Officer.
My name is Suhani Ramchandra, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer.
Hello, I'm Callista Holishak, Skylabs Chief Technology Officer.
Hi, I'm Rishika Rai Chaudhary, the Chief Operations Officer at Skylabs.
Presenting EcoGel, an environmentally sustainable and mechanically superior carbon biopolymer aerogel, providing electromagnetic interference shielding, flame retardancy, thermal insulation, electrical conductivity, and space optimization. Being a highly porous material, EcoGel is filled largely with air and is thus extremely lightweight and slim. In addition, because of EcoGel's unique material composition, using banana fiber cellulose, the material is extremely durable and also tensily strong.
Why banana fiber cellulose, you may ask? Well, we found that banana fiber naturally exhibits the strength, flexibility, and thermal conductivity properties aligned with the needs of an aerogel. Making use of banana fiber cellulose will also reduce the environmental and agricultural repercussions associated with banana waste disposal, which will simultaneously reduce production cost and energy use for EcoGel. Because of the versatility of EcoGel's properties, it can be used in a number of locations, such as the inside of space stations, lunar labs, spaceships, rovers, commercial and defense aircraft, and even inside homes and civil infrastructure.
Flexible sheets of EcoGel or separate hexagonal tiles can be tessellated inside the walls of these structures, allowing for easy and efficient incorporation into existing technology. Being lightweight and thin, EcoGel will strengthen and slim down walls of these structures, and thus maximizing space. What's more, EcoGel can be tailored according to the specific needs of clients, meaning that EcoGel's properties can be modified in order to fit the intended use.
But why EcoGel, you may ask? Well, things like fires, overheating, and EMI continue to be significant points of concern in aerospace industries. How significant? Well, take EMI for instance. In the past, it has caused erratic flight deck indications and even airplanes turning off course, just to name a few. Still not convinced? Well, just recently in 2020, NASA allocated close to a $5 billion budget, hoping to solve some of the same concerns that EcoGel actually addresses.
EcoGel's production is a three-part process: the sol-gel reaction, the freeze-drying and sublimation, and finally pyrolysis. Being a bipolymer aerogel, EcoGel's fabrication process will use significantly less energy and release fewer pollutants than the fabrication process of traditional silica aerogels. We were able to create a preliminary prototype with the materials that we had available to us. The success of our prototype goes to show you the strides that we can make with the full set of resources and facilities available.
In the future, we will develop and test a full-fledged product using university labs and equipment. We will also consult biochemists and material engineers to further streamline our production process.
The global aerogel insulation market is currently valued at $638 million and is expected to grow over $1,045 million by 2025. With ample opportunity for growth, we plan to capture 10% of the space industry, including commercial, private, and the defense aviation sector. We are also aiming to control 15% of the civil infrastructure market. Skylabs will lift off with a business model split into 3 phases. In phase 1, we will sell EcoGel to smaller and lower budget space agencies, private jet companies, and commercial aircraft manufacturers. In phase 2, we will begin selling to aircraft manufacturers for the defense sector and larger space and civil infrastructure companies. We will also significantly increase EcoGel's manufacturing resources. Phase 3 will be the final and optimal function phase, where we will sell to a variety of large and small, commercial and private companies within space exploration, aviation, and civil construction.
We will sell EcoGel through establishing supply contracts with our clients. We will also offer for companies to take non-binding trials of EcoGel before committing to a contract.
EcoGel will sell for $27 per cubic inch. From our revenue and cost calculations, we expect to break even within just 3 years of going to market.
Through our business model, we will market our product using sales calls, LinkedIn networking, social media campaigns, increased SEO website traffic, and potential aerogel distributors and contractors. We will utilize pitch competitions, grants, and conferences in order to gain publicity and the funding that our company needs.
To gain funds, we will pitch to angel investors and advance our business model through incubator and accelerator programs. A majority of our funds will be secured through investors, crowdfunding and bootstrapping, and grants, which will be allocated as follows. The banana fiber cellulose needed for our product will be obtained from the cellulose waste created in banana production facilities. We will also employ banana peel collection drives, where we will make use of the cellulose from banana peels that would have otherwise been discarded.
Taking a look at how EcoGel fares in comparison to its competitors, you can see that none have been found to display the unique combo that EcoGel offers. What's more is that existing aerogel companies have been hindered by certain roadblocks. Traditional silica aerogels, which are the most common on the market, are very brittle, expensive, and environmentally taxing to produce, as well as potentially toxic to handle. And common biopolymer aerogels are often limited by flammability concerns.
In comparison, the novel EcoGel makes no compromises, ensuring a cost-effective, mechanically viable, and multifunctional material with a competitive advantage over other industry solutions.
Astronauts, the Air Force, everyday civilians, EcoGel would work to ensure the safety of all of them.
If we're going to make strides both on Earth and beyond, we're going to need the best and most sustainable materials to do so. EcoGel, the all-in-one material, is exactly that.